Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ruckus Talks episode number 1. I am Ruckus, always causing a ruckus, and today I am starting a new series that hopefully gets some good out of it. I mainly wanted to do this to get my thoughts and opinions out there, just outside the box of what the podcast was originally. And it could go really good, it could go really bad. We'll see, but pretty much the layout for this, like you're seeing now. I'm gonna have video game gameplay on the screen while talking. So kind of like back in the day when YouTube gaming was very early in its stages. People would talk over their gameplay, and it could have been like different topics of discussion or whatnot. But anyways, without further ado, I'm going to start with let's give some condolences for the loss of a significant person, and this isn't just any person. One of the Fox's Slacker. He was a radio host and DJ who has passed after a difficult battle with acute myeloid leukemia, a cancer of the blood and bone marrow. From what I heard, he had been dealing with that for about a year, but it finally took over, and deeply saddened that he has passed. I remember listening to him as a when he would be DJing on the show, even as long as my dad was had him tuned in on the radio when I was little in the truck. I just didn't realize how significant that guy would be later on in the coming decade or so of that. And Slacker, we're gonna miss you, man. Okay, now we're gonna get into the some news and what my thoughts are on it. This is regarding the Kansas City Chiefs. So this is going to be some very old stuff, but also very recent stuff. So here we go. So speaking of old stuff, Chris Jones signing I believe, Chris Jones contract. A 5-year, $158 million deal. So when I saw this, it was the next morning or day, because I was tired from a day of work or whatnot, and decided to go to bed early. Veach did this new trend of signing the player, or the players that he would want to sign around late at night. This trend has been, I honestly don't know if I like it, but at the same time, who cares? It's a free agency period. If they need to take more time to work things out and or go on the schedule of whoever's agent is doing what, so be it. I think it's good for the Chiefs that he got re-signed, because they weren't going to franchise tag him. They did that with L'Jarius Sneed, which obviously we know what happened with L'Jarius Sneed. And if you don't, I'll explain here in a bit. But yeah, Chris Jones signing that 5-year deal, I think, was good, as far as how the payroll is going to be more looser, as far as how much cap hit is going to be used by players, and also just I think it'll help bolster the defense. I just hope he doesn't go into the spiral that he did whenever he had that 3-year extension back in 2019, 2020. Because he kind of regressed during that time, but then he got this contract last year where it was like a 1-year deal with incentives to get him to what he would have been paid while he was in a stall out with Veach and company and his agents. I think this will be a little better, but we just gotta see how he produces. We still have other defensive guys to either pay or see what we do with them. As far as that goes, there was a most recent re-signing of running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think this is a good signing as far as backup depth, because to be honest, I don't think Jarek McKinnon's coming back unless it's like a veteran minimum. And McKinnon near the end of last season was looking pretty beat up, and he had to get surgery on his pelvis and like hip injury, and I don't know what the scientific or what the professional term was for it, but he pretty much was only there during the Super Bowl, from what I could remember, because he was out for the wild card in the divisional as well, and championship as well. Yeah, I think Clyde is a good signing. I believe it's like a 2-year, 3-year deal. I think that's some good depth signing there. He knows the system. He knows what to do, and yes, he's not gonna be. It's not gonna turn out to be like the 2020 season where he debuted into the league and was not the red zone running back that we needed. That's when Isaiah Pacheco stepped in the next year or so. And then, yeah, I think that it was a good signing. And then another signing, this is a tight end. A former Bengal, Irv Smith Jr., is signing with the Chiefs. And this was like around the same time that Chris Jones was signed, or around that same week. This might be a sign that Blake Bell either retires or signs with another team. The last time Blake Bell signed with another team was the offseason after the Chiefs won their first Super Bowl in the past 50 years. And that was with the Cowboys on like a 1-year deal. And then he came back like a year later. I don't know if Blake Bell has a chance of coming back. It'd probably be a vet minimum. That, and he was dealing with injury last time around too, with like I think neck problems and other issues. And we saw Irv Smith Jr. as a deal with upgrading the tight end room, because you have Noah Gray, you have Travis Kelce, one of the best Chiefs tight ends of all time, next to Tony Gonzalez. And then you have Irv Smith, and I think that's a good depth piece there. I don't know what that means. Like I said, I don't know what that means if Blake Bell, the Belldozer, is gone. And then we also recently signed Carson Wentz. At first, I thought it was a very late April Fool's joke by Brett Veach, but it turned out to be reality, and I don't know how to feel about it. A lot of sports people in the local area on KCSN and whatnot have said that he is pretty much an upgrade to Blaine Gabbert. I just said Blake Gabbert. Blaine Gabbert, he was kind of risky as far as his throwing was going. There were times he would almost get balls intercepted off of him, or they did happen, and it kind of costs the team a little bit. I think he'd probably be also a little bit cheaper since he's the vet minimum and he needs to prove himself again, even though he was trying to like get somewhere with the Colts before he was traded to the Washington Commanders. And then from there he just kind of fell off and then signed like a backup deal with the Rams. So I think it might be a good fit for Wentz. Hopefully it doesn't suck and it becomes a hassle or a panic for the quarterback room, because we still have Chris Oladokun, and Gabbert hasn't signed anywhere yet, but my guess is he either retires or gets signed by another team that isn't the Chiefs. But I definitely like where things are headed with that. I'm a little skeptical with Wentz. And then the last signing that happened most recently that a lot of people are probably unsure about is Louise Rees-Zammit. His he's a former rugby star from I believe Wales. I probably could be wrong there. And the first hint that we got from Andy Reid about what role he could possibly land is being a running back, which makes sense. Rugby players more than likely run the ball rather than catch it like a wide receiver. I think Zamet could be the replacement for be like uh I guess excellent. What I didn't mean to say excellent. Be a new replacement for McKinnon, since McKinnon's getting up in age and may or may not take the vet league minimum, or he might just retire and say, "Hey, I'm a two-time Super Bowl champ." Uh, if I were him, I'd probably retire. But yeah, Reese Zamet, I think would look pretty good, not only in a Chiefs uniform, but would probably be a very good running back 3 option, because you got Pacheco, you got CEH, and I think Zamet can fill the running back 3 role and learn from those guys. That would be very good. And then the NFL draft, I don't have much to cover on it. That'll probably be more of a Ruckus and the Menace episode deal that we do there. Moving on, my thoughts on the Royals. They're starting out the season fairly good. The first few games were a little suspect when it came to the offense, because the offense didn't look alive at all. But I want this to stay consistent, and I'll probably be repeating that statement as we go along with these episodes. Our starting pitching looks phenomenal. It's good that the pitchers are communicating, because I don't think I've seen that with any other Royals starting rotation, because most of the time you would just see them kind of chilling or maybe talking with other teammates. But this group is tight with Seth Lugo, Cole Reagans, Michael Waka, Brady Singer, and Alec Marsh. I think they're all looking fairly good. We'll see how that goes. The bullpen, though, needs work. I think James MacArthur is a good guy to have in there. John Schreiber's been good. The other young bucks that are in there have been good. That's pretty much all I can say about that. And Salvi is still being Salvi, so I like that. I like the young buck Nick Lofton. He's been doing good. I don't know what's going on with Massey and Drew Waters, but I heard some stuff about Drew and Massey not being in the lineup in Omaha, so maybe they're getting called up soon. Who knows? Nelson Velasquez has been fairly decent. I think of him as like a Billy Butler type player, where he has some control of his bat, but mainly plays DH. I don't know what his speed is like, but probably faster than Billy Butler, I imagine. But yeah, the plate discipline of the Royals has been pretty good. Michael Garcia, for example, has been good. Bobby has been pretty good. I think if he keeps up what he's doing, he'll be doing pretty damn good. Same with Vinny Pasquantino, the Pasquatch. Hunter Renfroe, I kind of had on my shit list for the longest time the past few weeks, because he was playing the act of striking out and making it look cool, even though it wasn't cool. I wasn't a huge fan of that. But he has kind of come back to earth a little bit with his home run they had against the White Sox, but it's the White Sox. They've been pretty terrible this year. But yeah, as far as that goes, the Royals just keep it up. That's all I have to say about that. Please, for the love of God. And then I'm going to get a little political here, and this is talking about the stadium tax for Jackson County. Not Johnson County, Jackson County. Even though I don't live in Jackson County, I do believe this proposal was half-baked in the oven, and the door to the oven was opened too many times and kept letting the hot air escape. I personally thought it was... I figured this was going to happen, that it wasn't going to be a yes, because not only did John Sherman politely tell everyone uh, that he doesn't give a rat's butt about them, and that he wants to keep the pace of going to the Power and Light District or the Crossroads. That pissed a lot of businesses off, and also a lot of fans off, because a lot of people like to tailgate over at Turner Sports Complex. And what do you do when you tailgate? You drink, or you just are there to chill and have a good time. I personally think they should the owners should remodel their stadiums or do something to benefit what they want versus pissing off the fans. That's just my opinion. I also just didn't. I agreed with the fact that with the people that live in Missouri, that it's dumb that they would want to extend this state tax proposal. It was just not very well planned out, and I think they rushed it and tried to pull a fast one on the fans. Alright, and then here are my general thoughts on sports. So, Johnny Furphy, the guard for the KU Jayhawks, is declaring for the NFL draft, or not NFL draft, the NBA draft. Man, that'd be interesting if that Australian man went for the NFL. Johnny Furphy declaring for the draft. I think it's dumb because his squad just came off of like one of their worst seasons in the Big 12, and also just they didn't get far at all in March Madness this year. I don't know if you're a KU fan out there, but your Jayhawks sucked ass this year, and it was embarrassing. Rasheed Rice's legal stuff. So, from what I heard last, Rasheed Rice paid off his bond and whatever, and now he's waiting to hear from the court of what his punishment will be. I don't know what it'll be, but that whole start to the news cycle about Rasheed Rice really pissed me off. Not only because it was very vague, but also I was just like, well, shit. Looks like we're going to have to look even harder in the draft for a wide receiver if Rasheed is suspended for a while or just has a slap on the wrist. And then I have Willie Gay Jr. signing with the Saints. Well, Saints fans, time to hide your vacuum cleaners, because this man will probably destroy one, or try to, or just don't piss off Willie Gay Jr. How about that? That sounds good to me. And to finish things off, I'd like to thank you guys for listening to Ruckus Talks, as this was a new thing for me. Make sure to listen to the pod every Tuesday and other random videos that pop up, like the Merch Octobers that we're doing, me and Spennis. Spennis goes on Thursday, I go on Friday. Let me know if you guys, what your guys' thoughts were of me starting this, I guess, memoir slash talk where I just shoot it up for opinions on the local teams and just in general my opinions, like you heard with Furphy, like you heard with the signings that happened with the Chiefs, what happened with the Royals and whatnot. Also, again, my condolences to Slacker's family over this rough patch that they're having currently. Everyone, hopefully you guys are good. We'll see you later. See you next time.